Alright, so now that we've completely opened up the ritual division, I decided to go ahead and do a quick little run through of the lobby here to open up some of these shelters that I passed that I wasn't able to get to when I was fighting. So I noticed there's one here with a couple things to collect. So kind of just run back out, kind of scanning the area. I don't want to go through those doors yet. There is one that I passed when I first came in that's back over there to the left. I missed that, but I think I come back later and get it, so I'm not really worried about it. And don't worry if you don't get everything. Those are the ritual offices. I don't want to go up there yet. I'm essentially just trying to get my bearing here. As you can see up in the top left, it says I need to find protective studies, which is here. A couple more things to collect here on the sides in these smaller observation rooms. Not much, but there are a few things.
Altered item number 52AE analysis, session 2. I will begin by introducing various stimuli to the item. First, a low voltage...
This way to the lab? Okay. You must like these HRAs. Sounds like Darling built them. And most of the things around here. If Marshall can't help us with Dylan, he's our next best bet. Assuming he's not dead. Or taken over by the hiss.
So yeah, I'm kind of just looking and I noticed that there's something glowing back here. So I'm using my grab launch feature button to kind of clear these huge cases out of the way. Go ahead and collect that. Now I'm kind of stuck. Let me buy. So we come to this part of the map, which is the first like hacking part in the map where you have to match this symbol. And this is the first one, so it's pretty easy. It gives you the symbol right there. But lots of times the symbol's kind of hidden somewhere nearby. And you have to match it. As you can see, it's kind of tedious, but I eventually get it, and it opens up the entrance to the HRA lab. This is Dr. Darling's HRA lab.
You led me here. Any idea how to make it work?
So initially I just kind of run in thinking too much about anything. I was just kind of checking things out. Notice there is document over here to collect, so I pick that up. And I'm noticing these computers and a button here to interact with.
Hello again, Director. It appears we have a new problem. We need to get the HRA machine working.
I've replaced a couple of spark plugs, but this looks a bit more complicated.
Darling must have had a system. Randomness isn't in his nature. The punch cards, the symbols, the terminals. How do they connect?
I'll see what I can
So
do.
once you initiate that HRA machine, Marshall comes in and you are then now able to pick up these punch cards that are kind of left around the lab. And I remembered I seen one up here, so I'm running back up to get one. I believe there's 5 of them. And you notice these computers here, they have numbers with tape on the side of them. So the punch cards need to go into these computers in a certain sequence, and you use these whiteboards that are all over the lab to kind of figure out how they go in. So if you notice the symbols on the whiteboards, so it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terminals. 1, 4, and 5 are X'd out. So I'm thinking, okay, well, this is terminal number 3. So as you can see in the whiteboard on the left, it's this kind of like I don't know, what shape is that? Hexagon? Okay, yeah, a shape with 6 sides is a hexagon. And then number 2 is that kind of like diamond over there on the far right. So I'm like, okay, so that's number 2. And the terminals have tape on the sides of them. So that one right there is number 1. So I'm thinking, okay, I can see in that whiteboard over there that it's this symbol. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and I'm looking at this whiteboard and I say, okay, well, this is terminal number 5. Oh, I do remember that there was a terminal up here. So I'm gonna go up here, and I noticed that this one was number 4 because the one downstairs was 5. So I'm looking over at that terminal thinking, okay, that one has a square on it, so
Each punch card should correspond to a terminal.
I'm looking over at the whiteboard and I say, okay, that one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 and 3 are X'd out, so the number 4 is this square. But for whatever reason, I accidentally put the wrong punch card in that one. I think because previously downstairs the whiteboard on terminal 4 had that like half of shield symbol, so I still kind of don't really know what's going on here. I'm just guessing. Number 5 is here. So I was like, oh, let me just give that a
These
try.
whiteboard drawings may be important.
So it was wrong. So I think right at that moment I knew what I did wrong. So I go back and collect this one, and I realize, oh, I need to switch it with this terminal up here. So I'm like, okay, so that one goes there, and this one goes down here in number 5. Okay, so okay, I got it now. So then, all right, I for sure got it.
It looks like he was working on something to do with these symbols.
And then it did that, and I was like, what the heck? Wait a minute. So I go back, I'm like trying to think, what did I do wrong? I was like, they're all in the right terminals. And then I noticed that whiteboard, and underneath it, it has like 2 arrows. It kind of looks like a smiley face, and I realized that it's saying to switch terminal 2 with terminal 3. So that's number 3. This is number 2. So I'm like, all right, let me just switch these 2 around and see if that works. And based off that sound, I was like, oh, wait, okay. I think I got it. It made a sound. So yeah, I went back over here. I was like, all right, you got to switch 2 and 3 around, and that should work.
The prism shattered. Darling's prototypes have a lot of issues. We need a new plan.
So our mission just got updated, and it says speak with Marshall. And I'm realizing, well, is there something else supposed to happen? And I guess not, because Marshall's right here. So there's that little indicator above her head to interact with her. So I just go over here and say, okay, speak to Marshall. That was easy.
We need more Blackrock prisms to make this machine work. Darling has another lab down in the Blackrock processing site and maintenance. That must be where he keeps the prisms.
I've been to maintenance already. I can find my way. But how long will that take? Nothing here is simple. I need to ask her now, before I go. I need something from you first. What do you know about Dylan Faden?
I knew this was coming. Lives are at stake here, and we need this machine working to save those lives. Once that is done, Director Faden, then we can talk.
She's right. As much as I don't want to admit it. I'm the only one who can help. Fine. I'll get the prisms first. Dylan will have to wait just a little longer. But don't call me Director. Jesse is fine.
I'll call you Faden. Here, you'll need this keycard.
Thanks. Emily Pope has set up a base in Executive. Once I have the prism, I'll meet you there.
Right. I'll move out immediately. And keep an eye out for Darling. Finding him might be the key to stopping the hiss.
It's just one large-scale HRA. It's there now. We are about to be exposed to a different kind of resonance. Hostile, viral, invasive resonance. That's what the Hedron resonance amplifiers are for. Taking the protection Hedron can provide us, and keeping us from being wiped out.